Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever on the North Atlantic map. In the last, well, I don't know, all the episodes, we've been focusing on this distribution area and it's really starting to come along. You know, as you can see, we're sat here with this EMD waiting to go, and you know, it's having to wait for another train to come through. The amount of traffic is already built up quite significantly, and that's only going to get more congested, I guess, as I continue to expand. But that's a good thing. That's entirely intentional. That's exactly what we were aiming for. So yes, so I mean, I've let the game roll forward by a couple of years. If we have a quick look at this lot here, yeah, I've let it roll forward a little bit just so that that I can evaluate whether I'm covering the costs of these emergent routes that I've got going on right now, because we're shipping an awful lot of empty cars at present. If we go and have a quick look at this Viking warrior here. He's gonna load up his 300 and some odd capacity with double digits, I suspect. Let's have a look. If you want to load it faster, pal, that's fine by me. Come on, get a wriggle on. Yep, 40 at the moment. I mean, that will go up, but it's going to take time for it to do so. And once that happens, see, look, the production's already ticking up quite nicely. But once that happens, we're going to start making good money from this area. But we're not going to rest on the laurels we currently have. We're going to go find entirely new laurels. So stick around, and that will happen pretty much immediately. I want to ride on a train here. Let's ride on this one. There we go. So yes, where was I talking about? Yet stick around. For today, we strive for Miami. There we go. I decided just to leave this running because this is too nice a shot not to just leave running. Why am I being held here, I wonder? Shouldn't be being held here. Unless I'm about to get passed by the big boy coming up the inside lane. I don't see why we would be being held at this particular signal. Yep, there we go. There it is. Look at that. That's a great shot. Yeah, so, I mean, we're going to get more of this as time goes on, because after completing today's bit of building, assuming it doesn't take too long, we will be running another 4 trains in and out of the 2 stations that we've got going up and down here. This is just the place to be. If, American goods trains are your thing, and why wouldn't they be? Anyway, let's break our way out of here. 66 on board, heading to Chicago. Very nice. Right, so here's the plan. As we zip down the line here, we are going to run an underground branch off this Chicago line that heads directly underneath Chicago. It's disturbing, but it's what's going to happen. And then we're going to end up kind of re-emerging and landing in Atlanta here, where good things will happen to good people. In fact, let's have a quick look at the catchment area here. There we are. No, look, show me catchment. Thank you. Right, so this is all industrial, and that's fine, but I also need to catch commercial, which is there, and therefore also fine. I don't need to add any trucks onto here at all. I could get bigger catchment if I put some trucks on it, but I thoroughly expect the AI to develop this area for me to make it worthwhile. So yeah, so then from here we're going to we're going to trot out. We're going to trot out further. Although, before doing so, let's have a look at the upgrade options. Because a third track. Do we need a third track? Yes, we almost certainly need a third track here. Let's have a look and see what it says is the state of play. Because if I'm going to, you know, if we're going to add another track here, now is the time to do so. This is high risk, all right? Okay, I'm going to regret this almost certainly. Well, yeah. No, you never got anywhere by not being bold. Okay, right. And then we need a. I'm already feeling slightly foolish for even attempting such a thing. Right, we need 3 tracks. The reason for 3 will become apparent pretty quickly. Let's try 400 meter. Spin it around. Oh, I need it high speed, please. We don't need electrification. Do need the second connection. Right, whiz it around. Whiz it around the other way. Whiz it around. Now, I'm happy to spend, game. All right, but I need you. There we go. Okay, so that's slotting in. But I'm going to need to get rid of some of these bits of road in order for it to work. And given that we've never used this station before, that's not a problem. 1 building will be removed. That's fine. Terrain alignment collision, that's not. Get rid of that. There. Perfect. Good. Okay, right. Well, that was significantly less painful than I had anticipated. Right, let's whack a large bit of road out there. Hook it up onto here. And this one. Sure, it'll work. Don't argue with me. Just get it done. Whoa, steady on there. A bit like that. No, a bit like this. Sure. And then bash that over there. Bash that over here. The reason for this, you know, hasty redevelopment of the station here is because we will be running multiple trains that head out to Miami, which is just over there on the horizon. But I need a track for incoming services to deposit their wares. Right, okay, so high speed. Now, we need a tunnel that comes out here-ish, right? Okay, so this is where we're going to get, you know, proper terrain alignment collision in a relatively swift fashion. I'd quite like to keep it on the level, if I'm honest. Right, and then this one, I can see this third one not being interested in working at all. See? Oh, it's like I predicted it. Although, if it does that, that's all right. That's okay. We can live with that. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, fine. In that case, let's finish this off. All right, come as far as here. Look at that. Where's Chicago? Chicago's there. So if we bend round just a touch. That should look pretty good. Yeah, so there, I mean, you know, we'll be running all, you know, well, there's 4 trains that are going to be using this set of track. And I could possibly run a mixed consist of both food and fuel down here, but to be honest, what do we got going on here? Buses, all the buses, and a new tram. Okay, fine. We're actually coming, well, rapidly approaching the point where no new vehicles will be introduced. And won't that be something? Well, it'll be something. Hold on. Do we want to triple it down there? Allows you to keep the speed higher. Means you don't have to have underground points, and I'm not a fan of underground points. So we'll do a bit of this. Actually, underground points might be a better way to go. No. Let's just let's run it all the way out here, and then we'll do the merge once we're topside. Okay, right. Okay, now fling this up here. Do a bit of that. Just wiggle a little, please. Thank you. Bit further. No, 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 no. Whatever it is you're doing is bad and wrong. Just, why are we... what's going on with the lay of the land that means that you're trying to increase our altitude? Maybe if I go up to here... Interesting. I seem to have found the only bit of land on the entire map that undulates rather than just stays static. What if I do this? Ugh, don't like that much. Pull it back. Well, I mean, staying flat is a good thing, as it allows us to maintain tempo as we progress up through the land. So we'll do that, and then I'll conceal this this ugly lump with you know, a bit of trees and rocks and what have you. Or rather, I will place some expert decoration to make this look all the better. Right, okay, so coming back, it's going to need to head on to there. Let's keep the speed up as much as possible. Yeah, it doesn't want points that are too extravagant, and then we'll do another set here. There we go. Right. Okay. Cool. So that branch there heads out into Atlanta, which is where both goods types will be delivered, and then we'll stick another set of signals here, because we don't want things waiting too long. Right, now let's turn our attention to the other end of things. We will be, you know, regularly flicking back and forth. So what we want here is I don't know, something that will work. So if we do a bit of track like that, right, the head's out that way. Oh, why won't you let me just hit the... It's if I let go of that, you're going to snap, aren't you? Yeah, I don't want you to snap for once. What about taking it down? Yes, that's a good way to go. And then that one as well, doing the same thing. And then you can hit... Don't start behaving like road. That's not what we want at all. I don't want to go over there like that. See, that would be lovely, but you don't want to do it. What about this? Something like that. There we are, that's better. No, that's going to work. That's fine. Yep. And then pull you along here. And we'll run this one off like that. No? Okay. So be it. That's... No. I guess we're going to have to try and run in parallel to the one we've already got here. Is there a snap point that it likes? That's good. Yeah, we'll take that. Beautiful. This looks great. Okay, cool. No, just grab it from here and up to there. Everybody's happy. Apart from, you know, that needs connecting. Connect. Good. Right. That's the stuff. Right, get rid of these signals. Let's put these in better. I mean, normally I'd signal up after everything was done, but right now I'm you know, just want to get things going. Or rather, I don't want to interfere too greatly with the services that are already running. One of those there, and then we'll stick another one up here. There we go. Monsieur the Boy Grand heading through. Which is surely the French for boy. Why don't I know what that is? I should do. That's well within my L'Homme Grand, maybe? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, you know, come on, focus. Right, let's go down as far as there. Actually, maybe, yeah, we'll keep it steep. And then once it's down there, we can level it off again. Right, so now level off. Keep going straight, but level it off a bit. Now, I don't know exactly what this is going to do to house prices in Chicago. I can't imagine that it's particularly desirable to have high-speed freight lines running underneath your house. Not least of all for the noise pollution, but there we go. Right, anyway, I want to come out over there. What does that do as far as speed is concerned? Speed is just absolutely rocking. One field will be removed. Well, that's the right emergence point. So if I come out through here, pretty nice. Okay, cool. Gently. And this is the kind of track laying, especially late in game, where you are quite likely to make the whole thing just give up and crash. Such excessive trackery is likely to upset things, but it seems to have got away with it. How does that look? That looks all right. There we go. Right, look, look, pretty effortless, pretty straightforward stuff. And then a bunch of signals on there, and that'll be good to go, and we can get Atlanta going. But we don't want to do just Atlanta. No, why settle for just one? Can I get a bridge up there, please? Thank you. Yeah, I want to hit Miami as well as Atlanta, so that we basically get both of those setups going simultaneously. Let's set another set of signals on here. Right, I like that. That should allow enough queue. Yeah, that's plenty of queuing space there. And then we'll have another set the other side of the tunnel. And this is obviously, you know, this is for passing purposes rather than anything else. That'll probably do the trick. Because, you know, as you start to run more trains, you're going to need more space for those, or rather more kind of track blocks for those trains to sit in while other stuff is going on. Now, putting a signal here, what do we feel about that? We feel good about it. Okay. So this will let the greater bulk of traffic through, but we will end up queuing here to get onto the Atlanta spur. So maybe if I were to do that. Now that block there is not going to be big enough for the majority of traffic going through it, but it should still work. Right, okay, let's turn our attention to Miami. So we've got this rather fantastic elevated track section that we built ages ago now, but the goal is still the same, and we're going to head down to Miami. Now Miami's got this very odd wiggly road. I didn't build this, the game built this, and you know, you have to trust that the game knows what the hell it's doing, but sometimes you really question it. Right. So if we look at, because while we're here, we're going to build the passenger station at the same time. We might not get around to the route immediately, but we do want to get the station up at least. So we want a single track. I think a 240 will probably do it, because, you know, this town hasn't got much space to grow into. But that we will be sharing the track. What do we want? Second Street connection? No. We'll live without that. We'll put catenary on just in case we need it, because I suspect that redeveloping this is going to be, you know, hell on toast if we ever have to try and do it. What we got here? If we do that, we can remove 9 buildings and have the station of our dreams. Now, removing 9 buildings from Miami is going to basically, you know, move everybody out of Miami. Oh, we could go down here, look, and then run a charming, jaunty little coastal number. When have you known me to resist a charming, jaunty little coastal number? Okay, right. Medium street, please. Don't fight it too much, if you would be so kind. Too much slope. Well, okay, I mean, we're going to require a bit of slope, certainly. Let's do a bit of that, and then see if it'll get with the program if I just bang it around there. Too much slope. Not too much slope. There we are. That's a thing of wonder. Now, if I can get a... Should we stick a bus stop on there now? Might as well. And the reason for doing it now is, you know, if this does take hold and the game decides that, you know, the deliveries that I'm making here are splendid. Yeah, that's not a very bold statement, that one. See if you can get a good stop on there. In answer to your question, no, you probably can't. Yes, you definitely can. Well, do it then. There we go. That's better. Right, get rid of that. No, don't half-heart anything. Right, okay, yeah, so there we go. That's the passenger side of things done. It's going to stay largely unused for a while, but I am going to run the track just generally out in the direction that we want. And I think I'll electrify this as well, you know. Why would I do that? Because I might want to use a Metroliner. All right, well, so be it. Right, we'll get it around as far as there for a nice jaunty coastal something or other. Anyway, right now we need the goods line setting up on here as well. Thank you, autosave. Autosave is becoming increasingly critical as the game gets a bit more convoluted. This is going to need to be a long one. Again, we can get away with one track. We won't need it electrifying. We might want a second connection. So if we rock this around here, actually, you know what we want here? We want a terminal. That's what we want. Right, and then we'll have that over here somewhere, I suppose. Okay, yeah, this could work. Do we want just one platform? One platform will probably one platform's all we need. I could bulldoze that lot and no one would care. There you go, that's that problem solved. Right, let's run some road in the side of that. Give the AI something to grab hold of. Now, the number of deliveries that we're actually going to make here is going to be pretty flaming low. You know, it's a long old track, but it's the positive to that is that the payoff each time a delivery is made should be pretty significant. Run that up to there, maybe. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll let the AI figure it out from there. Right, what have we got in catchment? We've got a bit of blue and a bit of yellow. So I don't need to muck about with any trucks, which is a good thing. All right, now let's get rid of all of this road. Which I'm probably going to relay this immediately in probably the same place. But what I want to do before that is I want to get this happy-go-lucky fella here. I want to keep it elevated for as long as possible, if I'm honest, because I think it's going to look great. 75. Now, you know, that's not the fastest that we could go. We could splash out and get, really, top range bridge action going on, but goods trains don't really go much faster than that, so there's not a lot of point in doing so. Right, let's run this all the way around here. It's expensive, yes it is, but it's going to be worth that investment, hopefully. Right about there ought to do the trick. Have I thought this through? Nope, I haven't. We'll come back to it. All right, so we're gonna run out here like that, and we will. Should we electrify this section? If we want to have the track shared between both goods and passenger, we really ought to electrify it. Well, that answers that then, and then we'll have this split out onto a secondary track here. Right, like that. There we are. And run alongside. Marvellous. And then we'll take our passenger line here and roll that around. How do you feel about that? I don't feel great about it, if I'm honest. What we should do instead is if we take that side round like this, right, and then we'll do the other side round. Oh, yeah, okay, that works. Now, I probably won't get around to hooking up the Miami passenger route just yet. I think before I add it in, I'll complete the full circuit around the US, and that yeah, that's gonna be fine. And then we'll run you onto there with a slight merge from this side. Yeah, so I'll complete the full passenger loop around the US before developing Miami, because reasons. Because there's a high chance that the track, particularly around Charlotte and Atlanta, is going to need some redevelopment on there anyway. But you know, at least the destination is already plumbed in, so we shouldn't have any drama off that. Now, what if I just do this directly? No. So if this is your passenger line, all right, go straight with that. Now that's where we're hooking up to. I might have to delete that back a bit now, actually. And it's also wiggling the wrong way. So yeah, we will delete that back. Expensive though it may be, let's run this just a bit further. Right, that should be close enough. So, I mean, if you imagine the track up near Port Nelson, where it kind of splits off in a Y, this will do the same kind of thing, right? So this will do Atlanta and a Charlotte kind of branch on there. Right, now, if we pull out, that's just not what I had in mind at all. Thanks, game. Do a bit of that. The question is, have I left enough space for the bridge to drop down in height to this section? Now, we don't need electrification anymore. There we go. And wallop. Bridge pillar killing. Oh no, don't do this. No. Now, I did ages ago. Now, I've not played forward since my previous episode, but I have done this previously, and bridge pillar collision is because what is happening here is that the game is deciding where to stick pillars based on how far I've double tracked this. So when I extend it again further, it will do the same flipping thing again. Right? Every so often it's going to tell me that there's a pillar collision. And it's because it does clever placement of your pillars. Oh, see, no, look, if it were to just recognize the double trackedness of itself, we wouldn't have this drama. Right, now, can we, if I do a little bit of track there, yeah, see, then we get terrain alignment collision, which is, you know, another classic. And the solution I had to use in order to make it work was I had to make the end of the bridge go onto single track, which I can assure you I did not enjoy, and I don't really have another alternative. Now, if we get rid of the other side, which you can't do, so if I try and get rid of this bit of track, it would recalculate where those pillars occur, and that too would not work. See, terrain alignment, nuts. All right. Okay. Well, in the spirit of trying to get this done in a sensible amount of time, I'm going to resort to the cowardice method, and we'll single track a section of the bridge here. I will come up with a reason why one might have chosen to single track, because I'm immediately going to set it back out to double track again. Now, in a practical sense, this is not going to have any kind of impact at all. You know, the number of trains that I'm actually running down here, we're talking 2 trains. So, I mean, even running double track isn't exactly necessary. But, I mean, that's not what you want, is it? Look at it. That's just not what you want. It's just not. Did I say it's not what you want? Yeah, okay, let's say it again. It's not what you want. But it's what we're doing. It's what we've got. It's the hand we've been dealt, and therefore it's not what you want. Enough of this. Okay, right. So let's get some signals on here, because I'm not. You know, it's dead to me now. So I'm just going to crack on, and we'll see where we get to. Let's put some signals on here. Now, could it be because? Oh no, that's electrified. How curious. Oh, I know why it's electrified. Well, let's tell it not to be, and then see where that gets us. Wait, you there? What are you trying to do? This bit? No electrification. And no, I'm not gonna risk trying it again. Oh, maybe that was the reason it was busted. No, it's not. It's because it tries to position pillars in the most sensible places possible. I've got no problem with that. And when you've laid a bit of bridge over as much road as I have here, and rail, it's inevitable that you're going to bump into, bits of stuff that you didn't want to bump into. So it's annoying, yes, but, what you going to do? Anyway, in good news, we're there, and that means we can set another couple of, actually 4. We can set 4 new lines up. 3, 4. This is going to be a disaster. I don't mean it's going to be a disaster eventually. The reason it's going to be a disaster is because there's going to be me fighting some platforms in the very near future. Right. So we've got 2 that need to go down to Miami. So we'll lock in Miami first. There we go. And you. Right, and then 2 whose destination is Atlanta. Station Atlanta. And because I don't trust the game to try and do this sensibly, we'll stick a waypoint there. All right, so it knows which platform it's going in on. Otherwise, it will end up, making a mess of everything. Right, so yeah, we've got 2 fuel and we've got 2 food lines that we're going to be setting up, and these are, this is big old routes here. So we're going to be running the dash on here because it's the only thing that's really got the grunt to make this happen. Look at the amount of fuel I got waiting. Might be worth putting an extra ship on some of those lines. Right, so this one, you can be that line there. Now, let us just have a look and see what we're using already. There we go, railroad. Okay, so what's that green line? And then what's the blue line? What is the green line? What the heck is the green line? I'm running to Port Nelson, I'm running to Chicago. We're not going anywhere else at the moment. And I'm pretty sure the blue one is the Chicago line. Bring me Chicago. PRN Chicago fuel bulk, thank you. What's that dark blue line? Is line 1. That's the one you just laid in. Okay, so what's the green that it's interspersed with? What is that? I should know this. but I don't. North American in city. I doubt that somehow. What else could it be? Berlin brick bulk. Again, I don't think it is. PRN fuel. Presumably. Right, let's do that. PRN fuel. What are you doing coming in on there? Seems like an awfully strange route for you to be using, given that it's been working effectively all the time. There you go. You're running PRN fuel. Let's cease that. PRN fuel. Why are you now using the wrong... You're not, though. You're using the right line. This is PRN fuel. This is the Port Nelson Fields. Let's stick a stop in there, which is that one. There we go. Now it's using the one it thinks it's using. Okay, now obviously that's come up as a result of me doing some jiggery pokery on there. Right, line 1, this one here. If I change that to yellow for ease of identification, somehow I find it hard to believe you're going. Oh, okay, you're doing that. No, that looks good. That's right. There, that's actually what we want. Add station. I'll allow it, or will I? Yeah, I will, but after that, we come out on there. No! No, it was right before. There we go, dude. Oh, no. Now, in all honesty, this isn't going to matter too much, but we do want each train to have its have its own platform. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be Atlanta Fuel. ATL Fuel. Why are you waiting? You shouldn't have to wait. And yet it is. Okay, well we can stick a signal on here and at least get it out of the station. What are you waiting for? I get you having to wait. Have we got one coming through from here? No. Have we got one coming up the line? Just that, and then this one. Nope, that's gone. So is it waiting for that? Is it waiting for that whole block to be clear? Because that's a big old block. Plus, you're looking at the wrong track. No, hold on. Where are you now going? Oh, I see. You know when I said I was going to confuse myself here? Well, I didn't. I didn't say that, but I am confusing myself. I don't need that open. You blue, right? Let's change it to red. Yeah, you see, that was what I was afraid of. Port Nelson Fields. I don't want you on that line. I want you coming in here. So add station. That one. Why have you now moved? Why have you moved yellow? I've got no issue with you both using the same line. You don't need a dedicated line there, chums. Okay, we're going to need some more waypoint here, or we're going to need to adjust the waypoints we've already got. Right, and then get rid of that as well. It's because these crossovers are too close to the station. All right, so let's put a quick pause in place, and then let's get rid of this crossover. Right, because if I could, with crossovers correctly placed, I could put the crossover next to the platform, and that would allow me to correctly assign one route, one platform. That would be the aim there. So if we stick this here instead, as much as it interferes with queuing space, there we go, like that. What it does allow me to do is then have a waypoint there and there, so that I can tell it which flaming platform to go, and we can add this signal on the way back out as a pausation point. In fact, probably not that one. We'll probably put it. We'll put it down here. That way, we won't be blocking the other train that comes in on that track. Okay. And you will, I mean, you'd have to be some kind of fool to have not noticed already, but, every time I make any kind of an adjustment here, we get, you know, the routes try and reorganize themselves. Now I need to put a crossover on this section as well. Yeah, just a little bit like that. And a bit more over here. There we are. Good. So I can now, theoretically, without crisis or drama, assign trains correctly. So if we look at, let's get Chicago back operational again. I'm taking the executive decision to route this as the Chicago waypoint. So this is going to be the PRN. No, delete some. PRN. N. Thank you. Chicago. Let's thus. Okay, so here we go. So for Port Nelson Fields, we want to go via this waypoint. Yeah, and then that looks like it's doing it right to me now. So yeah, it's now coming in on the right routes. So then on the way back out, we're going as far as here, which we'll add as well. And then on the way in, I think, yeah, I've easily got enough space here now. So we can also stick a signal there. And then on the way in, so after Chicago, we add station there, and that's all good. That should now work perfectly. Right, we'll keep that up there just for the sake of reference. Right, Atlanta is already doing, well, it's already doing what I want, really. But we're going to make it official. It's Atlanta Waypoint 1, that's fine. Add station, Port Nelson Field, this chap here. Now I'm going to rename that PRN ATL. There we go. Right. So you know, this is also recognizing the way things are supposed to be. And that's all set up nicely. Now, I mean, the only reason I'm going to add you know, any additional stopping points on here is so that when I create other routes, we don't create further mayhem. Right, now, next we're going to have to do the same thing with a Miami route. And I think Miami, we will give a station or a platform all its own. And Miami can have this chap here. So from Miami Central to that one. Port Nelson, waypoint 11, and then into here. And then if I haven't made a complete pig's ear of this, which looking at it, I think I have, yeah, that looks quite pig's ear-ish. In fact, that looks entirely messed up. We could bring it up here and then cross over onto there. That's exciting. Okay, yeah, all right. That's another bit of line we need. But otherwise, we're trying to run in two directions on this stripper track here, which, as previously mentioned, is kind of required to make this work. So this is going to be MIA fuel. And actually, to bring this into line, I'm going to rename this as well. This is going to be CHI fuel. CHI fuel. Everybody with me so far? Good. Right, onwards. Right, so I want to get this over onto this line there, right? So what we need is a set of points that do something like that. Right, yeah, like that. And then whiz it over onto this bit of track here, like that. There we go. It's now going up and down on the same bit of track, which is, I mean, okay, that's better than it was, but it's not what I want. So what you want then is it's going to be coming back up on this number here. So you're going to want, I don't know, how are you going to do that? Come on, what's your scheme there, genius? My scheme here will be to run, and this is ill-advised, I suspect, but we'll try and set a set of points there that head out onto this one. No, that was never going to work. Okay, then you need another scheme. We could do this 2-stage, I suppose. I mean, heading back out, we go back out that way. Heading in, but yeah, but that's the heading out line, that one. Right, this is your heading in line, so that's... Okay, you went too far, I think. I don't really know. Okay, let's have another crack at that. It was close, but complete absence of cigar. There we are. Right. Okay. So if we head on to the third line here, like so. That's the one. That's the way. Okay. So then we head back out, coming down this line along with everything else before crossing over and heading out on the route as it should be. Theoretically, it might be trying to do something completely hat stand and head up and down this one. Doesn't look like it is though. So if I stick a signal on here as another stopping point, another waypoint rather, we should guarantee. Okay, so from Port Nelson we add that one on, and then from Miami we add this one on. Right, no, hold on. Add station. Now, what I should do here, what I could do is we could one-way these. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make these one-way signals. Okay, that should help all route finding from here on in. So Chicago fuel, we already know what it's doing. So that's my fuel setup, right? So then we've got one, that's used for Port Nelson. This one is Miami. This one is Chicago. This one is Atlanta. That's the incoming fuel line, which leaves me 3 more that we can play with. That'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for now because you know, you've had quite enough. And this route planning business is clearly taking longer than I'd given it credit. So thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Please do join in next time, and we'll finish this off and get some trains running, as well as setting the food line in motion and getting that running too. Chuck a like at this one if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on the next episode. I'll be back very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!